Hello everyone and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 23 of the Rigger Ridge series. In the last episode we started setting up some of the additional gravity batteries and windmills up here, and we did a few miscellaneous things, but we didn't have a whole lot that we completed, although we did finally get the bot part factories unlocked for bots to work in, and now we have 10,000 science. So we can go ahead and switch both of these jobs to bots, which should... Oh, we need some more bots. That's going to help increase the amount of bots that we produce. And so I think pausing that for now will be... That'll be enough. Yeah, because the extra bots are all in here. So this should help ramp up our bot production. And we are going to need to keep an eye on some of the base materials that go into this, like planks, gears, and metal blocks, since now they'll be using them at an increased rate. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. But today we're really going to be focusing on getting this aqueduct set up, and we will need to wait until we get 5,000 science for the mechanical fluid pump. So we won't build this quite yet, but we're going to get the bones of the aqueduct itself set up. So the way that I'm thinking it's going to go is we're going to pump water up here, and it's going to travel through here, and then we can set up a barrier right here, and then along the back side, and then funnel it down this direction, and it'll come over here. And with all of that, I think we should also try and capture some of the water energy, since we will be reducing the amount of, we'll be reducing the flow rate that goes through here. So these won't be capturing as much of the power. So we're going to try and do that as well. Do that being capture the power. So we're going to start setting up some of the bones right here. And then I think getting this part set up in the beginning will be pretty important. So we also, with all that, because that's going to be a lot of construction since it reaches from here all the way around here. These guys, they have so much food, they have plenty of water, and they have a lot of wood. So we are going to unpause this, and we're going to get a bunch of builders huts and probably another hauling post set up, and they're going to try and build this thing as quick as they can. We also are going to get a couple bridges set up. That way we can get across here and have the beavers chop down some of these trees. And we're going to prioritize those over basically everything else. They don't have that much that they're working on. It's really just these new builder huts, and then they need some gears for finishing these. We do have some gear storage set up just with these smaller ones. And I think that is going to be enough for the purposes of what they're building over here. And while the beavers in Valley High start working on that, we can continue to set up the windmill farm. We have a lot of area, a lot of space for them. And these are actually going down, which is not great. Yeah, we are not producing enough power even with these windmills and water wheels. So we might need to look at adding some more water wheels as well as these windmills. Oh, we gotta unpause some of these bad water pumps as well. And I think we should probably switch these to be beavers, since we were a little bit low on bot workers. So getting the first part of this set up for the aqueduct, we're just gonna go right across here. So we have the first wall set up, and this will be the perfect height so that we can just go straight across here. Might as well just make that path to finish it off. Now the beavers should be able to start working on this, and we can probably bump this down to a lower priority. Don't need to finish it quite yet, since we have, as we build more things, I think having this built in the background will make the most sense. They're making good progress on the bridge, and then we'll be able to add a lumberjack flag or two over here. We have one more builder's hut they're working on. We still have 8 vacant jobs, so. But we do have 9 babies and 4 more open slots. So these should fill up over the next several days. These guys are making planks and gears now, so they shouldn't have to import much from the other district, so we can go ahead and change that. We can simply turn off imports instead of trying to deal with the exports from Mountainville. We'll make it easier to turn it back on in the future if we need to. These gravity batteries are slowly charging up. Looks like we have some of the windmills created, but we do need to get these power shafts built first. Looks like some of the beavers in Mountainville, or some of the workers in Mountainville, they are not doing anything, which means they can start contributing to constructing the new aqueduct. So we're going to start putting some levees in over here. We're going to need to at least go 2 high. I think we'll probably do 3 high. And so once again, you can lower the priority. This won't be something that they focus on necessarily. It'll be something they can start making in the background as we continue to add things for the beavers to build. And then we're going to raise this up 1 more level, and then we'll have it continue all the way over here. So we have some more of the aqueduct started. We'll be able to put the fluid pump right here, except facing the other direction. And it only reaches 4 tiles deep, as opposed to the iron teeth, which reaches 6 tiles deep. But that is enough to get us up here, and so we won't need to be pumping any more water up in elevation. So the rest of it should be able to flow this way, and then we'll have to build something on the back side. So we're going to get that path set up for the beavers to go this direction. They'll go all the way over here. It's going to be quite a big endeavor for them to build everything. So we have to go straight across, since you can see we're at the same level right there. It's going to be a lot of wood for them to haul. And we could really go as far as we wanted, but really I think just going to right here will be plenty. So constructing all this, it's going to take a long time. They're not going to finish this anytime soon. Even with all these extra builders huts that we have set up, it's going to take a hot minute. Good news is that we finished building these 4 windmills, and these gravity batteries are charging up, but we're going to continue and make the push to get as many of these constructed as possible. So it's about 6 days into the new wet season, and it looks like our bots are going up quite a bit, which is excellent news. They're making them pretty quickly. Resources were looking pretty good other than scrap metal, and now that we have some more bots available, I think we're going to start bumping on our workers up here. We're going to go all the way up to 8, so that'll increase the efficiency, and hopefully that should help get our scrap metal counts up. In Mountainville, food is still looking good. Water is doing much better this time. Having this 1 extra pumper might have helped, but also probably having the few extra bots in the water pumpers also helping. Wood we are not doing great on, but we do have this 4th tree farm set up, and looks like most of them are ready to get cut down pretty soon. And so we'll be able to start moving bots and beavers into some of these lumberjack flags. We'll need to add some more, and we will also need to add storage, because otherwise they have to walk all the way over here. So I think getting another underground pile makes the most sense. We have some dynamite set up, and there shouldn't be any. We'll wait for the baby to leave, but there weren't any beavers around there. So now we can place some more houses. Go with the triple lodge once again. I can place it. So they'll start constructing this, and we have almost the perfect amount of babies and beavers in this district. Babies and vacant jobs, I mean. So we can leave this on normal priority. Let's take a look at how close some of these babies are to growing up. We have a lot of 90s and 70 percenters. So in the next day or few, they should be growing up. Looks like our bad water is actually going down a bit since we only have beavers working in there. So we're gonna turn on a few of these, and we have some bots to spare, so we'll get some bots working in. We'll do all 3 of them. So that should help get the bad water storage up. We only have about 500 right now. We're going to get a dance hall set up for this district, help get their well-being up, although we will need to start importing treated planks and metal blocks, which I don't think they have either of those set to right now. So we'll have the export threshold lowered for the metal blocks and the treated planks. And we'll make that temporary, and then just double check that Valley High, yes, they can import both of those, and we should have storage for treated planks and metal blocks as well. That is fantastic. Should get that started. Oh, look at, they're making that immediately. We also should get some of the gravity batteries set up. So we will start with this one, and we will leave that on normal priority since I think everything else should be lower. Yeah, this is all lowered. This is normal, and then all of this is lower. And looks like the beavers in this district are not making too much progress. I started doing a little bit, but we did add some more windmills over here, and so this should help get even more power. Looks like we're getting close to the top. We are running a little short on paper, although that is definitely because we're making all these windmills, and it takes 30 paper per windmill, so probably, yeah, we're gonna switch this to bots. So we'll have a bot working in there, make the paper a little bit quicker. Although they have no wood. They are like at 0. How close are some of these trees? Oh, they are right there. And we gotta make sure we mark everything to get chopped down. So we should have our wood problem solved right now, since we have, these are growing up as we speak. And then over here, how are these trees doing? We're getting kind of close. Looks like we don't have quite enough pine resin, or at least we're going through the pine resin as fast as we are collecting it. So we might as well start switching some of these over here to not get chopped down. You're doing fantastic on water in Mountainville, and it's only day 10. We're up to 4.6 thousand. We might actually be maxed out, which means that we should probably look at getting some of these storages upgraded. In order to maximize space, we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to move, well, we're going to consolidate all of these. So we're just going to delete all that. We have so much water and resources we will get back, so the recycling option is fantastic. So we are massively increasing the amount of water storage we have. These 2 tanks are going to store water, and then you can see right there, these 2 we're going to put as biofuel, and we are doing pretty good on biofuel. We have 3 storages already, but all these beavers have to go down here to replenish on biofuel, so if we have some storage up here, it'll be a little bit quicker for them to get to it. So all of this we can bump up on the priority list. They'll get that constructed soon. Although we do need to get another farmhouse set up. So we'll have that, and we'll bump it up. We have 16 baby beavers back in Valley High and only 6 vacant jobs. So we can start moving a couple beavers into some lumberjack flags over here. We'll probably want to have those bumped up, otherwise I don't know if they'll make that for quite a while. you have all this selected already, so they should start chopping this down. In this district, they have over 700 wood, which is actually the vast majority of the wood we have overall. But you can see there are some trees that are starting to get chopped down over here. And we might actually want to move one of these beavers to be a bot. That way they can continue to chop down during the nighttime. It does look like we are short on paper, although we have 26, so maybe they just aren't collecting it yet, I don't know. But we can start prioritizing these a little bit, although they're going to be focusing on all this stuff first, so that's okay. It's not quite as important to get the windmill set up, since it looks like these are almost completely charged up all the way. These ones aren't quite, but they'll also charge faster once these ones finish charging. And you can see, wow, we are producing so much power. It's over 7,000 compared to, looks like just under 3,000 is what we're using. And it is day 12. Looks like we have a drought approaching. Not a bad tide, which is, it's okay. Shouldn't be a problem. Speaking of bad tide, let's look at how much bad water we have. Looks like we have just under 1,000 bad water. And since we only have one unemployed bot, or one vacant job for bots, we can go ahead and switch a few of these to also be collecting bad water with bots. Just help bump the numbers up a little bit before the drought kicks in. We do have a lot of trees that have maple syrup, and so we're gonna once again switch a bot to be working in there just to collect some more. How are we doing on catalyst? We still have none. They have some maple syrup, but not a whole lot. So hopefully having a bot working here will be a little bit helpful. Help increase how much maple syrup we have. They got all those storage tanks created pretty quickly, and they almost filled these both up. Wow, so we have 5,400 storage capacity for water, and we are just about there. So we can probably switch a couple of these to beavers. It does look like we have some bots and beavers just sitting around. So, and one of the problems with having all this that they need to construct is that they can only build it one at a time. So if we actually have another pass set up over here, then they should be able to start constructing some of this. So now we have 3 different directions that the beavers can build. It is going to take a little bit more resources, but it should help get everything constructed quicker, since they will be able to work on this section, and then spreading out this direction as well. Back in Valley High, looks like they started, so they got that path over there set up, so they can reach that, but they're focusing, looks like on this part of the aqueduct first, and then they're making some good progress over here as well. And we have, we have some unemployed beavers. So we're going to go ahead and add in a hauling post. We'll go ahead and make that the highest priority. We can go ahead and switch this to slightly lower, and then this will be the lowest. Bump that up. They got the first gravity battery set up, so we should just get the second one placed as well. Ooh, and we got some more dynamites that was ready to blow up. Can we keep going down? I am curious. Let's take a look. We can. Oh, but we won't be able to reach Drats. Well, we're gonna go one more, and then also set up some paths for them to get down here. And then we're gonna assign some priorities here as well. So they'll get that constructed pretty quickly. Oh, and pause real quick. It is the drought. Like, it is starting. So we're gonna pause all these pumpers. And with that, the drought has started. And good thing we got this first gravity battery set up, because that is going to be what powers these 2 buildings right here. And we do have some planks and some gears. Not the most. If we want, we can probably unpause this. And we actually have 6 unemployed beavers, so we just might as well do that right now. And we have some of these lumberjack flags we can also unpause, because we are getting even more wood over here. It does look like they just about filled up all their water storage before the drought started. As the drought begins, I think that is a great place to end today's episode. We do have quite a bit that's going on. We are really focusing heavily on getting this aqueduct set up. We have it constructed. We're constructing it in 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. And you can see some of the beavers are actually a little thirsty, so hopefully they can get some water. But I think we're in a good spot. Food and water are looking great. Wood is looking okay. It's looking good in this district. In Mountainville, they are starting to get some more. Going up a little bit, but we'll continue to work on that in the upcoming episodes. If you made it this far in the video, please leave a like and a comment. I really do appreciate it. And with that, we will see you in tomorrow's episode. Thanks for watching.